So if you know me, you know this is probably one of my biggest fears. I love public speaking in person, but I don't like being on camera. But for the past 2 weeks, I've been taking quite a few classes, and I feel like the information is so good that I just want to share with you all. Part of it is for maintaining my license in Texas. You have to complete so many continuous education hours in order to maintain your license. But with that, I like to find classes that either I have an interest in, like property management or commercial um, selling, or I just find things that I am dealing with my clients or people who hopefully become my clients someday. And three classes that stood out for me in the past 2 weeks have been marital property rights. That's something I learned, something that blew my mind yesterday. That was completely crazy. So I'm looking forward to sharing that. And I've also met with different title officers. I've met with lenders. And we were just talking about how Texas is leading the nation with commercial builders. That means it's harder for sellers to sell their property. So I want to touch on that. And also, I like to talk about affordable housing here in Texas. So those three things, I was like, okay, I'm gonna schedule time to meet with a content creator and do this. But honestly, I just want to get the information out to you all because I feel like it was valuable for me. And I'm not buying, I'm not in the market, but I feel like it's valuable for you all, the consumer who may not talk about real estate every day. So I won't spend too much time, but I wanted to talk about like marital property rights. Do anybody know what's the minimum amount of time to qualify as common law marriage? I've heard numbers like 8 years, 7 years, 2 years. Honestly, it's one day. All you have to do is live together, you get mail somewhere, you pay bills at this place. It's community property, whether you're married or not. So it's really important to know about homestead rights. That has nothing to do with homestead exemptions, where we talk about saving money on your property. No, it has nothing to do with that. If you do not own another property somewhere else in Texas and you live with someone, you have just as much rights as the next person. So that was something that blew my mind. If you are a professional making up to $160,000, there are programs that will help you still put down payment assistance, still give you incentives. A lot of times we see programs and they say, oh, if you earn less than the average median income, or if you earn less than $60,000. Well, we know a lot of times professionals make that much money, but sometimes it's still hard to come up with the money to buy a house. Speaking of which, I've had some folks still believing that you need 20% down to buy a house. You have different loan programs available to you that can have you putting as low as $0 down with the VA or with USDA. There are loan programs out there for FHA and conventional and other benefits that have you putting as low as 3% and 5% down. So these are all the things that you will talk to your lenders about. I don't like to talk about money, but I just want you to know, most people, especially people that I work with, are not putting down 20%. So please do not let that figure scare you. We have programs in place to help with that. And what's one more thing that I wanted to talk about? I talked about the marital property rights. I talked about the cap for getting public assistance with down payments. And there was something else I wanted to talk about. I know I mentioned the builders leading the nation. So we just have to be creative. You have to know and like and trust the realtors that you are talking to. Most of us know about 12 realtors. So it's easy to throw a rock and find somebody that is selling real estate, whether they do it full-time or on the side. But it's important for you to link up with someone you know is in the trenches, working every day, trying to figure this thing out. And also someone that's not just trying to fatten their pockets. While real estate can be lucrative for some people, for others, it's a job. And just like you trying to, you know, feed your family, the rest of us are trying to do the same. But I love what I do, and there is so much information, and I have so much information I'm willing to share with you all. Thank you.